Holy crap, guys. Alola Executor is actually canon. Like, this is official Pokemon art from the first generation, and it shows tall, scary palm tree Executor. So that might... No, that's actually the craziest thing to come out of all this Pokemon Sun and Moon news. Also, looking at Pokedex entries, originally came from the tropics, its head steadily grows larger from exposure to strong sunlight. It all makes sense. Also, we have the listings right here. So, unfortunately, like, the Ninetales page is broken, but we still get all of the information on the currently known Alolan Pokemon, except for one. Because I said I was going to go through and I was going to look through all the images just to make sure that there was, like, no secrets involved. Well, there's a secret. Right there. Look at that Tauros. Can I zoom in? I haven't tried it. Yeah, YouTube videos don't like zooming in too much. But, the idea behind it is that when we look at this Tauros right here, Tauros has a dark brown, like, kind of fur right there, but this is white, and it's also more yellow color than Tauros' brown. So there's an Alolan Tauros as well. Electric? Like, normal? It's already normal. I don't know, but there is a different looking Tauros right here alongside other Pokemon. Also, I was thinking over here, this Pokemon might be suspicious. Just Drampa. Drampa's chilling out on an island over there. Also, a weird thing about Executors, I noticed like this tail derpy thing over here. So let's go and read up on it. Alolan Executor. Coconut Pokemon. 35 feet tall. Made entirely out of sunshine and nightmare fuel. Let's see what we got to say. The environment of the Alola region, where strong sunlight pours down all year round, brought about this change in Executor's form. People of Alola boast about it being the true form of Executor. I want to know what, like, how these forms come about. Like, is this every Executor on the island? Like, is this going to be a permanent change to these Pokemon? Or at least for that kind of game? Like, where's our Fire Ninetales? Where's our regular Executor? I'm actually really surprised. Like, what does this mean for Mega Evolutions? It seems like, you know, Ninetales, very likely Mega Pokemon. Same with Sandslash, very likely Mega Pokemon. But instead we have these Alola forms. So how's that going to play on its stats and its other things? We already know that changes its typing and ability. So it can go crazy like this. Pokemon excels at whipping its long neck to lash to attack with its hard heads. But that neck can sometimes become a weakness. So Executor has been seen, or Executor as it has been seen in the past. See, that makes me think that, like, the Pokemon's change. It's been seen this way in the past, but now it's this, and it's only this in the Alola region. I want to know. So, Pokemon adapted to the Alola region. Some Pokemon have adapted to distinctive microclimates of the Alola region, taking on different forms than they have in other regions. These Pokemon are called regional variants. Taking root in Alola region, they live like native Pokemon. Regional variant Pokemon can have different appearances and types, and their way of living can also differ from that of forms previously known. Like, the language there is what gets me, because, like, regional variant Pokemon can have different appearances and types. So I'm wondering if it's going to be like the Galapagos Islands, like the whole Darwinian evolution kind of thing, to where each island can show different traits and different breeds of a species or something. And I'm wondering if, like, that's it when you go to the islands, because let's go and pull up the Alola region. That way we at least have some kind of map for reference. Like, when we look at the Alola region, we can see a desert right here. So seems very likely that normal Sandshrew can live here, but it's also not too much of a jump for a Sandshrew to be like, hey, I live in the icy area now. Or however Ninetales works out, like snowy Ninetales, regular Ninetales, frolicking about through the rest of the region. But it seems like Executor would almost be permanently changed, because if it's just about the island climate, I don't see a difference. So that's one of the weird things about it. I just want to... Regional variant Pokemon can have different appearances. Like, they can. So is that as in, oh, by the way, this is how they can be? Or is it like there's so many interpretations right there. I do want to read up on some other ones. So that's Executor, guys. It is the true form as confirmed by older Pokemon. But now let's check out Vulpix. Still the Fox Pokemon, pure Ice type, Snow Cloak ability. Nice. Said that Vulpix came to the Alola region to work together with humans, but the Fox Pokemon moved to the snowy mountain peaks to avoid the normal habitats of other Pokemon, and thus ended up taking on this form. I mean, it's like a shiny Vulpix all the time, but Ice Vulpix, like, this is like the craziest, like, fan service in its own way. Like, I feel like some kind of extra Vulpix form, any adaptation of Vulpix or Ninetales is absolutely amazing, and this is like I don't want to say edgy. It's not like super fanficky edgy, but it's also like idealized Pokemon as though it was like created or ideal like came up with fans. These Vulpix live high on mountains, much covered in snow year round. They live in small packs from 2 to 5 individuals, helping each other survive. Alolan Vulpix can freeze anything by expelling breath at a temperature of negative 58 degrees Fahrenheit. It doesn't fare well in the heat, but when the temperature gets too high, produces ice from its tail and then lowers the surrounding temperature. Vulpix as it's seen in the past. Like, past versus how it can be in regions. Like, I'm wondering how isolated the Alola region really is and how much it changes Pokemon. Because, like, Vulpix, as we know it in the past, isn't completely gone, even if this is the only existing Vulpix. Because, like, it exists in other regions. This is just, like, an Alolan exclusive that's completely different. But at the same time, you know, Exeggutor wasn't getting much competitive use. It wasn't getting much love. Ninetales was fairly loved, but Sandslash, Sandshrew, these Pokemon, they don't have much love in competitive use either. So it's like this is reviving the Pokemon almost as like a relaunch in some kind of way. Historically lived in desert areas, but frequent eruptions of nearby volcanoes drove the Sandshrew to abandon the desert and migrate to snowy mountains. So they abandoned it, like that desert area. Are there going to be a few normal Sandshrew, or is this every Sandshrew in Alola? Its heavy weight makes the Alolan Sandshrew slower than normal Sandshrew. Stat changes? Maybe? It was already a slow Pokemon, but the claws on its hand and feet are allowed to move across ice without slipping. Like, Ice Steel is crazy. There we have it. And Sandslash. It's like iceberg spike craziness. I love it. That's actually really awesome. Still has Snowcloak, so all these guys have Snowcloak. Alolan Sandshrew, Snowy Mountains, Alola Sandslash, spiny backs that are covered in ice. Thanks to their icy coating, these spines are large and sharp. Alolan Sandslash hide themselves in the snow when strong enemies appear, leaving only their needles exposed, ready for business. Weight of the ice that covers it makes them heavier than normal Sandslash and causes them to be slower, yet in snow, fields, and ice, they move by creating a path with their claws. Spray snow kicked up by Alolan Sandslash movements, so beautiful that many photographers head to snowy peaks to capture it. So there we go. There's great danger of becoming stranded, so it's forbidden to climb the mountains without permission, even to take a picture of the absolute beauty that is an Alolan Sandslash. Now, the Japanese trailer, this is the English trailer, the Japanese trailer shows us something interesting, because that's regular Execute. So why is Exeggutor so much different? And it cuts out the evolution. Like, there's the Pokemon, it's evolving. Oh, by the way, it's already in battle as the Exeggutor. So how do you bring on this form change is the biggest question, honestly, and it shows that for the other Pokemon. So let's show... So yeah, with the Vulpix, it's also similar. That's like Snow Vulpix, so it's not like a regular Execute becoming Crazy Exeggutor, or a regular Vulpix becoming Snowy Vulpix. This is a Vulpix. This is like its own different species that plays differently as a different form. And then, like, it doesn't show the direct evolution, it just cuts to Ninetales in battle. Also, this Pokemon, absolutely beautiful. Like, look at that! It's so majestic! It's so wonderful! I mean, that whole, like, yeah. It's like, yo, Mega Ampharos has, like, found its match. And I mean, there we go. There's still Pokédex and game data for regular Ninetales. So, I guess, like, once you unlock the National Pokédex, maybe it gives you the option. Like, maybe there's some kind of way to just change forms by going to where you capture that Pokemon, wherever you... Maybe there's some guy, maybe it's just different competitively. I don't know, but this Pokemon's beautiful. And, I mean, it has personality. It knows it's different. And Ice Fairy typing is also really awesome. So, more fairies for the Alola region. Great coverage right here, potentially. And, yeah, it's going to do a thing. So, there we go. Same with, like, the Sandshrew, Sandslash. They're icy. They're cool. And... It's definitely something, like, every time we get new Pokemon Sun and Moon information, it feels like it should answer questions, but just leaves more. Where are the Megas? How does this happen? How different are these Pokemon going to be? How exclusive is this going to be? How are they going to play competitively? Also, with the Ninetales lore, like I said, the webpage is down, so we'll just go on to Cerebi. And I know it's not framed, but they live on Snowy Peak that is revered in the Alola region as a holy mountain. They are treated as sacred emissaries, and people meet them with awe and fear. Actually sounds like normal Ninetales in a way, like through the anime lore and stuff. Pokemon's personality is extremely gentle, and at times it has helped humans who seem to be in distress. However, it shows no mercy to anyone or anything that is damaging its territory. Alolan Ninetales is able to produce crystals from the fur that covers its body, can use this for ice-based attacks, it can form balls of ice with them, and then it fires like bullets at opponents. Power of these ice missiles is great enough to pulverize rock. I'm blown away by this new Pokemon Sun and Moon information. Like, it's overwhelming, it's crazy, and there's a lot of amazing things about it. Like, the Executor is weird, but I have no problems with the Sandshrew, Sandslash, and the Ninetales Vulpix. Like, this is amazing. And even, like, that's adorable. It's like an Igloo Eskimo. Very nice little touches right there. I want to know how it plays competitively. I want to know how it just works. And we might find that out here pretty soon. Like, Korokoro still might bring in a little bit of extra information. Like, we got new Pokemon, then Korokoro with even more new Pokemon. So, who even knows anymore what Pokemon is going to bring for us? Crazy Pokemon Sun and Moon stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching. This is just amazing stuff.